what it is, what it look like, what it's gonna be. It's Oak Tree Entertainment coming back at you live. Uh, I've been out for a while, uh, doing a lot of research, watching a lot of things that's going on in the world, United States, all this and that. I used to talk about on my other episodes where I was talking about like the prisons or people being missed out of missing. You know, a lot of people been coming up missing in South Carolina, and I was talking about this for a while, and I was really like putting it out there on the podcast, like for people to realize to be safe where you going, be safe, watch your surroundings. They have gun laws now where people can tote their gun pretty much on their hip. And the thing of it is like when we are doing these podcasts, it's really like we are informing y'all of what's going on with history of maybe your town, my town, or just in general across the world. And I come to realize that they are building more prisons than they are building rehabilitation centers. And this is one thing you got to understand. If they are building more prisons, then they are creating more crimes. They are creating more crimes, not us. We are trying to survive. We're trying to live. We're trying to make it through these hard times. And I just had to sit back and take a break because people just start getting their mind all discombobulated about what's going on in the entertainment world, or like how people are getting RICO cases or getting indicted to different things. And yeah, we feel a certain way about these things, but those things don't affect your everyday life. This is just something that we watch maybe on YouTube, or it might come up on the news or whatever. But what I am seeing is things that's happening in your town, your city, what you see going on, and there's nothing being done about it. I just don't understand like why there are nothing being done about what's going on in our town. Like we know people are struggling. Yes, it's jobs out there. Don't get me wrong, but when it's jobs out there, you're a convicted felony. They're looking up your background. You might qualify for the job. On my break from podcasting, I did something that I was thinking like, okay, I know I'm qualified for the job. I know I can do the job. But I was just testing the system because I gotta be get ready to start talking in front of big major people like corporations or people that's like with podcasting. Not only that, people that are helping me with the rehabilitation of people in my town. I live in South Carolina. And when I'm living in South Carolina. I'm seeing what's going around in our neighborhoods. I see what's going on with our youth, and what we are overlooking is that our youth is they are doing what they're doing, and they are corrupting things, but they going to prison or some dying. And I'm a person that I've been through that. I've been through the struggle. I've been through the parts of life where we did what we did when we was younger, and but the thing of it is that crime wasn't up as higher than 20 years ago or 25 years ago. Yeah, people did have criminal activities that they indulged in, but the crime rate wasn't up because we was having fun. We was doing things as OGs, as young. Well, we was young then, but we was doing things as far as just getting money. And when you're just trying to get money, it's just about a survival mode. But I seen the stuff start shifting, because you can see where like when young ones was coming up, they were like, "Oh, I hit a lick," And so you thinking that they hit a lick based upon hustling, but they didn't. They did licks based upon breaking in people's houses, doing different things, and start seeing a shift in the street life. And when when you see a shift in the street life, it's more of killing and it's more of robbing. Why? Because people are not have. It's not enough money out here, man. When it's not enough money out here, what do you think going to happen? Just as well as like in LA. All right, for instance, in LA, they got a crime, they got a law that just passed, and the law just passed saying if you did a burglary, if you did a robbery, you did breaking, going in, robbing stores like that, snatch and go stuff they got at the mall, or different malls or different stores, where people are coming in, vandalizing the stores, and they don't get charged for it. Or if they get charged for it, they are pretty much getting right back out, and that's how more crimes happen from people getting right back out or doing things and knowing that they ain't gonna get in trouble. My thing is this: if you are letting people do that, the main people that do crime, that's got young folks that's out here willing to do anything for a dollar, man, they will send them on missions that will pretty much get somebody hurt or get themselves locked up in jail. And one of the things I don't like is like when they go to jail, they ain't going to jail for no small periods of time. They are going to jail for pretty much double digits. Because you can think back in the day before the three strike law that people was going to jail, they might get boot camp, might get 2 years, a year, or 3. But the thing of it is that now I done seen 2 laws passed. I seen that one in LA, and I seen another one, I think it was in like an old country town where it was a black dude that got caught with a bunch of drugs, and they said that they was gonna make an example out of him. And that's what I'm saying. If you haven't really looked, I advise anybody that if you are doing crime or whatever, just go onto the prisons website. Look at the prisons. Look at the humane the rooms they have to live in. Look how small the rooms. Man, this stuff is crazy, and they're building more prisons. Like I said, it's more like you gotta think it's federal prison and the state prisons. They got prisons all over the United States, and most of them, like say federal, they got number one max all the way up to 3. So it'll be if you get a lot of time, say 20 years paid, you're going to maximum security. And if you're going to maximum security, this is an unfamiliar environment that you're going into. And saying that you're 18 or however, 20, 25, 30, and you ain't been taught different things of how to survive. You're gonna get in the system, and when you get in the system, you ain't got nobody. If you ain't got a wealthy family, you ain't got nobody to see you nothing, to do nothing for you, you're gonna be in there lost, man. And you need to start preparing yourself to go to prison, because in federal prisons they sentence you first, then they will give you a time to get your priorities in line and send you a letter. How I know, I've been in federal prison. It's behind me now. I done did all those things, and now we have to understand that, hey, when you are a product of your environment, then you have to change the narrative. You have to change the narrative. You can't do the same thing you did when you was 16 up into 40. You can't do that, because the thing of it is that if you get caught up in some of that, You get caught up in some of that drama, crime, whatever, and you go to jail. You're statistics. You fit in that statistic range, and that ain't something you really want to do. You want to really uh, focus and zoom in on some type of job, business, podcast, internet stuff, whatever, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Build your fan base up, and then you want to start just making great content. First of all, you got to make content that people can tune in and be interested in. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of time, people talk about people that's already successful. But there's nobody out here talking about people that ain't successful, out here working every day, getting struggle, and talking about what they having to go through in life. And my thing is this: is that we having to go through different things just to make it. You know what I'm saying? I'm fortunate to be able to be done, got some stuff established, did some stuff, prepare myself for different situations because I didn't want to be one of the people that wasn't prepared. You got to prepare yourself. You know what I mean? When God say prepare yourself, He mean that. You know, and we got to really start putting our faith in God the way we say we are. Because if we don't do that, then we are lost out here. You know what I'm saying? Our air conditions, the heat was so hot the last few days that people air conditions been running all day long, like all day long, because they don't have the right amount of fluid inside their thing, or they might have had the air conditioner that was there for years. But the thing of it is that the climate is changing. It's making it more hot, and when it's more hot, you have people air conditioners going out. Okay, your air conditioner go out. You working a 9 to 5. You doing whatever you gotta do, and the air conditioner go out. And this thing, you know, you got to spend money on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you believe. Yeah, you trust. Yeah, you got faith. Whatever. But things still come up to where you can be a faithful giver. You can be a person that's serving the Lord. But reality things still hit. You know what I'm saying? Your kids act up. Your family act up. Your old lady act up. Whatever. You as a man or as woman or over your house, you got to take control of that. You got to know how to take control of it. Because if you don't, it'll send you on a spiral to where you'll be trying to do so many things and you won't get nothing done. That's the main thing. You might not get nothing done. And people are doing anything and everything to try to get a dollar. Man, you can't. You gotta stay focused, man. Stay focused on what God done told you to do. If you got a job, that's great. But I'm talking about if you got a business that you're trying to start, I would advise you to start into a business that got something to do with computers, because we can see right now they are making robots to like I heard FedEx. They don't even have people walking around in FedEx no more doing jobs. You see people doing jobs. People are you go there now. You don't even have to worry about no person loading their truck. It's a robot doing it. So they taking them jobs, and that means that we have to get on our stuff, start inventing stuff, start doing things. I really can say I done got 2 or 3 things that I can invent that I've been trying to really just get the prototype right, and the next step, 2 or 3 things that I'm doing. The next step was, you can do a T-shirt line. You know what I mean? You can do a T-shirt line. You do podcasts. You do all kind of stuff. But you don't want to get into like once something happened to you, you don't be successful. You stop. No, keep going. Find what you love to do. Find what you want to do, and then tackle the task, man. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do to tackle the task, and follow through with it, because it's better really working for yourself. It's better really if it's your idea or it's your content, your whatever, then you are allowed to really do it how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But you want to do it by being led by God. You don't want to do it on your own, because if you do, say you do a podcast and you got people that's here and they don't respect like what you're doing or what you're really trying to talk about, then you just have to put it down and let them know right off the bat, hey, this right here, I don't allow this in here, we do this or that. But the thing of it is that you got them there. So when you got them there, you don't really want to put nobody in a position to where they acting like, say something, you acting kind of some kind of way. No, let them do their thing, because the best thing, you're gonna get a better result from a person that if you letting them do their thing, answer your questions. Y'all got a nice, good debate podcast, all this and that. You ain't gotta worry about say for instance, like the truth ain't gonna come out. No, the truth gonna come out, because why? You're authentic. You being authentic. You let them talk. Y'all having a good, great conversation. So my thing is, like I said, find your business, find something you like to do. I know you got something you can think of, you can do. You're creative. You was born in His image. God shows us in dreams. He shows us in daydreaming. You might be daydreaming about something, and He'll show you. But you gotta listen. Listen to God, man. Listen to what He tell you to do. But back to this prison ministry thing, I was looking up right here on my internet, on my computer, to where y'all can see. I might flip it around. Look at how many prisons. Look how many prisons they building, and the prisons that they building is maximum security prisons. They building those kind of prisons to where, let me show you. Where they housing inmates. Look at that, that's a lady that's locked down. You know what I mean? In a prison that's out of this, that you wouldn't even understand. Like, I don't get it. Look at this mess, man. Look at that. Look how they living, man. In these prison systems. Look how they live. You know what I'm saying? And you don't wanna like look how many men like that's a prison in the United States. This is a prison that's in the United States. Come on, man. Like, and they got. Let me show you. Look at this. Hold on. They got prisons, man, and these prisons, it's out of this world crazy. And what I'm saying is, like, if you can sit there and go on these websites and look at how these prisons looking, that people are having to really live in for the rest of their life. We have to pray for these people. We have to make sure that these people are. We're praying for them, because I'm saying, like, it's awful. It's awful. But we have to stop it before we get too far. We can't stop something if we're not being a part of it. We got to be a part of our kids' life, and even if you are part of your kid's life and things don't go the way you want it to go, you still are trying to move towards the right way to go, or teach them. God say teach them up in the way that they should go. So that's what you have to do. I'm so sorry that I haven't been on here in a while. You know how you can have writer's block? I had a little podcast block, and it wasn't a block. It was a thing to where God had to send me through some things to test me because of where He's going to take me. And when He's going to take me, it's like you're being taught how to really start over, do something, because if you don't keep up with the times, if you don't keep up with what's going on, things are going to get to the point to where they might not, all the news they're going to show, it's going to be violent. But you got to be already grounded mentally, physically, and emotional to where you can have the faith of God to what you need. If you don't have the faith of what God's trying to give you, what you need, then you have to go to Him, tell Him, explain to Him, Lord, I need you in my life. I need you to show me how to orchestrate something that you got planned for me. Because once you realize that everybody on this earth, world, whatever, God done put something into them, a purpose for them to do. So once you find your purpose, once you find where you want to go, what you want to do, it's going to lead you, and you won't even be a product of the environment, a statistic. Because if you become a statistic, you're just doing crime like everybody else. And they trying to make it like crime is nothing. But you don't understand that once you allow one person or somebody else to do it, then the crime gonna get harder because young folks don't know how to do nothing or don't want to do nothing. And it's not just about young folks. People don't want to do nothing. People done got so complacent and lazy to where they just want you to do for them. They just want you to do for them. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with being a giver or somebody that help people. But what I'm saying is that when you are helping people, you don't want to be like crippling them either. Because if you do, they still not gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand that once you start doing what you want to do in life, God will show you. He will show you like he got your back. You know what I'm saying? He got your back. So this is like Fat Daddy from Oak Tree. I need everybody to tune in, subscribe to Oak Tree Entertainment. We got amazing content finna come out. We done revamp the building. We done revamp everything. We did research, watching, and also experiencing and going to different events, different summits, whatever, trying to better your skill. Once you better your skill, you'll be able to boom, get into what you want to do. And when you do that, you gotta be faithfully, you gotta be committed, you got to be on your grind, and you can't take no for an answer, because a no is not necessarily a no. A no is for you to keep going, for you not to stop, for you to grind, for you to have the willpower, and for you to set standards for your life, and you make it. So never give up. And it ain't about the numbers that you got to worry about. It's about you staying consistent. It's about you staying humble. It's about you becoming one of the next influencer, but the influencer for Jesus. You know what? Why? Because people of faith, people that live for the Lord, people of faith, are winning right now. You know, and it's not. I don't. It's not a part to where you being say uh, nasty or anything. It's just you are understanding that the hard work that you put out and the love you put out is gonna project right back to you. As long as you living for God, you got the faith, trusting, you love Him. As long as you are in the area of your life to where you can understand that, hey, I didn't do all this for nothing. I didn't struggle for nothing. I'm still here for a reason, and God's gonna allow me to do the things I need to do. So stay tuned. We got more episodes, great episodes coming, major episodes is coming. And another thing I want you to do, pray for me. Pray for me, man. Don't just leave me out there hanging like that. If we say we're gonna be there for people, especially the people in my town, you know what I'm saying? We can collab together, we can do stuff together. That's how the industry now is staying up. Because why? You only see them doing for each other. Yeah, they got little charities they give to, but it's not in your neighborhood. It's not where you come from. So we gotta really tune into this. Y'all tune in to Oak Tree Entertainment, Oak Tree ENT Podcast. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Check me out, because it ain't nothing but what it is, what it look like, what it's gonna be. Oak Tree Entertainment. Coming at you live. We ain't quit. We ain't stopped. We got to get the mind right. Start moving right. Doing the things that God wants us to do. So holler at your boy Fat Daddy 46 on IG. And we doing things. We coming where we need to come to. We being there for people. You know, if you got something that you need us to do, help you out with, hit me in the inbox on IG, Fat Daddy 46. Or if you want to come and do an interview, sit down, let's talk about it, do what we're gonna do, help the community, and hey, let's see what God take us. Oak Tree Entertainment, baby, coming at you live. One time.